This is our video all about transformations. There are only 4 major things you need to know: reflection, enlargement, rotation, and translation. Firstly, we're going to look at enlargement. You need to identify its enlargement, be able to identify the center number and scale factor. Here's a practice exam question you might get. Triangle A and triangle B are drawn on the grid. Describe fully the single transformation which maps triangle A onto triangle B. Firstly, by just looking at it, we can see it is enlargement. It can't be rotation because they're different sizes. It can't be translation because they're different sizes. And it can't be reflection because they're different sizes. So clearly it's enlargement. Let's call this side A and this side A as they're the same sides. As you can see, this one has 4 squares and this one has 2 squares. And you can tell that the difference here will be 2 because 4 divided by 2 is 2. So the scale factor must be 2. Once you've written down that it's enlargement and scale factor, we next need to find the centre of enlargement. To do this, we need to match up each point and draw a straight line. Next, we need to find out where this point here actually is. If we go across, we can see that it's on 5 and 6. So 5, 6 is our centre of enlargement.
Because that's where they meet.
To look at reflection. To reflect something, it must be reflected on a mirror line. For example, something can be reflected on the line y equals n or x equals n. N can equal any number. You should use tracing paper to help you. And lastly, be careful with 45-degree angles. Next, you need to work out the distance from shape A and the mirror line. As you can see, it's only 1 square away. So the next shape will be 1 square away as well. And reflecting it is just putting it the other way.
There we go, simple.
Next is rotation. There's a few things you need to know. Firstly, whether it goes clockwise or anti-clockwise. Secondly, how much it has been rotated, either 90 degrees, 180 degrees, or 270 degrees.
Here's a tiny example.
This is an exam question that you might be asked. Triangle P is drawn on a coordinate grid. The triangle P is reflected in the line x equals -1 and then reflected in the line y equals 1. So firstly, we need to actually do these movements. So the first bit is x equals -1. Now we need to identify where x equals -1 is. We know the x-axis is here. We know -1 is here. So this is where we'll draw our line. And we'll reflect triangle P. And again, we know it's 2 squares away from the line. So the new triangle will be 2 squares away from the line.
Now we're going to talk about translation. On the exam paper, you might get a question asking you to find the translation from shape A onto shape B.
When the shape has moved left, it will be a minus number. When it has moved right, it will be positive. Up, it will be positive. Or down, it will be a minus number. So for example, as you see A, it started from A and it went to B. First, you've got to go across the corridor and either down or up. So you know from this point to this point, it went 1, 2, 3, 4. But it went 4 left, so it will be -4. If it went right, it would have been 4. So now you've got to do as it went down, and we only went down 1, but because it's down, it will be minus. So it will be -1.
You must always remember to do it underneath it. So -4 has to be on top of -1.